doing that. Health is wealth. And the thing is too, if you're super healthy and you can't make money, that's a different story. But we got other problems at that point. I appreciate the advice. Yeah, absolutely. I have already with 3 friends. Yeah, I really appreciate that. And again, like what I do is I do help people lose weight online. Like I do that. It's very tedious, and if you do want to do that, we can definitely work together though. You can let me know. I think my email is public on the channel, so if you do want to ever interact with me, we can definitely do that. But actually what I'll do is I gotta post more cooking content. Like I cook, and tuxedos a must. That's fun though. That's really fun because tuxedos are nice. Gotta look all spiffy. You gotta get the bow tie. You gotta do everything like that. But it's great that you and your wife cook. That's fantastic. That's half the battle, right? You're just cooking. So, but I like to prep the carbs. I prep the carbs, so I'll have like the rice ready for the week or ready for a couple days at least, or potatoes. And then when it comes to the proteins, right, I like to fry up the proteins. I like to cook it, right then and there most of the time. Sometimes I'll cook it the day before for the next day. But I'm able to go back and forth from my job. I live a couple minutes away from here, so I'm able to go back and cook. But that's probably why meal prepping is going to be important for you. Is to get the protein in, right? We got to get that in, and especially when you start moving more, you're going to be hungrier. So the thing is, like, it's going to be kind of weird when you start moving a lot more and you start working out, and you're going to be hungrier. So don't fight the hunger, right? You got to eat, but make sure it's all protein. I wouldn't say all protein, but most of it's protein, because protein is the most satisfying macronutrient. So carb and fat and protein's the most satisfying. So that'll keep you less hungry. So caffeine works too. Caffeine works with that. It can prevent you from eating more, but I don't suggest having coffee or caffeine after like 2 o'clock, because then you won't sleep that night, right? Because caffeine, what it does, it blocks your adenosine receptors. And so your adenosine is a hormone, which is your sleep pressure hormone. So your adenosine is at lowest in the morning when, because you don't have any sleep pressure, right? When you try to, like you feel like you're falling asleep, right? That's your sleep adenosine building up, your sleep pressure building up. Yes. And so like there's a couple things, like I help with the timing of food, right? So like I have people I had one person that doesn't eat lunch, right? So I'm like, look, we gotta get the protein shake. You can get the protein shake in, like she doesn't have time to sit down, cook, like do all that stuff, right? So like, let's get the protein shake in, right? Make the shake a little bit earlier, you gotta get that stuff in. But there's a lot of stuff to cover though, so we cover a lot of stuff on here. But we do go live every day, even on Sundays. I'll come in here and even do some work. I'll even train myself, and then I'll ask people some questions, or people ask me questions, and I give them free advice. But yeah, I just try to ask if you can share with friends and family, throw some likes, subscribe, stuff like that. And then I just help everybody, right? But then, we're going to eat tonight. So I'm going to like a Radizio, going to like a steakhouse tonight for the birthday, Birthday was like 2 days ago, but family was working, right? So we got to wait for them to get off. And then, yeah, it's a whole lifestyle. It's just a whole lifestyle though. Because again, once you start it, I would not want you to stop. You gotta take care of yourself all day, every day, right? You're taking care of your friends and families, or your family, right? Probably for a long time, right? And it's neglecting probably your health too at the same time. So, it's probably time to take care of yourself so you can travel, be able to see the grandkids grow up, right? And we gotta see grandkids. At least that's what I think my parents would care about, to a certain extent, would be like, making sure we're good, making sure the grandkids are healthy, make sure we're healthy. But they got to take care of themselves too. Like, even my parents don't really, they're not workout-aholics, like, that's kind of why the way I am. I'm like kind of the opposite in a certain extent. But as you get older, it's definitely tougher though. You got a lot of stuff on your plate, you got kids, you got work. And so it adds up after a while. So that's why it's really important. You got to build the habit, really early, in my opinion. But that answered your questions a little bit more.